Flash seem immature to you?
Not in the least.
Ah, I bopped your block off!
That's not fair. The green guy's arms are longer.
Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. Today is a quick minifigure collection review. We're looking at every single Flash Lego minifigure ever made. There are 5 in total, and he's come onto the Lego scene relatively recently, with the first one coming out back in 2014. We're going to be going through this collection chronologically from when they're all released and how much they're worth, what sets they came out in, all that good stuff. So this first guy, his original appearance was in the Batman set, The Riddler Chase, and then another year later he also appeared in Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas. And this is pretty much the standard version of what you'd think the Flash would look like. I think the part that everybody sort of appreciates the most is the molded piece that makes up his mask with those sort of bolts on the sides of his head. They're a little bit squishy so they don't break off if you bend them a little bit. And other than that, the print for his body is pretty standard. The muscle print on the underside is pretty much a copy and paste from so many other superhero figs. And it's not too difficult to get sort of the classic version of the Flash belt and symbol on his chest to look good. He comes with a couple of nice expressions, and I do appreciate the fact that the flesh tone for his face is printed onto a red head. That makes the most sense for this character, and he's pretty collectible, coming out at around 15 bucks. Now the next Flash is Mighty Micro's Flash. They're pretty cheap. He's around a $3 fig, and he came from the Flash vs. Captain Cold set from 2016. Here the print for him is a little bit simpler, which makes sense for a Mighty Micro's fig. No muscle details at all, just the symbol for his chest and sort of a slightly different print for the belt, or sort of a bolt design that goes on either side of the front or back of his hips. I would have preferred a slightly goofier print for the expression on his face, but because he's such a cheap fig and red legs are pretty common for minifigs, this is a easy way to get a Flash figure, and you can always just change out his legs if you want a sort of taller version of the guy. Now 2017 deviates from sort of the classic comic book version of what we know from the Flash, and this is the portrayal of the character from the Justice League movie. So he is a 2017 figure, and he only appeared in the set Nightcrawler Tunnel Attack. So now the detailing reflects what we see from the movie. His helmet is a different shape. There's a lot more sort of molded detailing in there, and those little fins or bolts on the side of his head are a lot smaller. The torso piece is dark red, and there's way more sort of mechanical and kind of shiny reflective detailing on this guy. And in terms of how he's supposed to look from the movie, I'd say that the detailing is pretty spot on, though I don't really like him as much as sort of the classic comic book version. The prints for his face also work quite well. They're relatively simple, but certainly useful. I still do like the fact that a flesh face is printed onto a dark red headpiece. Those are a lot more useful for custom build minifigures down the line. Now it's hard to know just how collectible these guys are going to be in the future when their sets retire, but at the moment he's already at sort of a slightly above average price for a superhero fig, coming in at $7.50, and when we jump up to 2018, we just got these 2 new guys. This is the Flash as well as the Reverse Flash, which, I mean, he totally counts for this collection, and they both came out in the Speed Force Freeze Pursuit set. Now looking at the Flash figure first, I gotta say, when you compare him to the original Flash that came out 4 years earlier, he's almost exactly the same. The underlying muscle detail is pretty much the exact outline. It looks slightly different, maybe a little bit cleaner. And then when it comes to the symbol for the chest, it's slightly bigger, as well as the belt I think is also a little bit wider. Also, you might have noticed that there is a bit of reflective sort of gold line detailing that flashes by, which is kind of a nice extra touch, but really he's so similar to the original. The print for his face also changed, or just the expressions on his face have changed. The style is pretty much the same. And this is the first time, I believe, that we got these sort of energy hand clips molded in trans yellow. Mostly they're trans blue or something, and this kind of makes sense for the Flash when he's running. I think this is sort of a fun extra touch. This minifigure is around $8, while the Reverse Flash, the only version of the Reverse Flash that exists in Lego, comes in at around $9. Now appropriately, Reverse Flash is the Flash, but reversed, so his color combinations have all been sort of switched around. The Flash symbol itself is actually facing the opposite direction, but pretty much everything is exactly the same, minus the fact that they didn't bother to bring over that sort of nice, shiny, reflective underline sort of electrical detailing. And of course, the expressions for his face have changed. He has some nice red glowing eyes, which is cool looking. And yeah, he's all around a pretty good looking character, and I like that, you know, the molds for the head has also changed colors along with everything else. I have a feeling it's the mold for the head that is different, which is probably the reason why that price has gone up just a little bit more compared to the other Flash character. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all of the versions of the Flash minifigs. I have to say, most of these characters you can still get, so their collectability is definitely not judged the same way maybe some of the other collection videos we've done in the past. Once a Lego set is retired and you can no longer get that version of that minifigure, that's usually when the prices start to go up. So considering the fact that the last three guys are just under $10, I have a feeling that once those sets retire, the Flash character and all the subsequent versions of his minifigure are going to become pretty collectible. Personally, if we do get another Flash character, it would be awesome if we got sort of an original comic book version of the guy. His helmet is totally different. He's got blue legs where we could have sort of nice yellow bolt printing on the sides of the legs. And chances are, if we got this guy, he probably wouldn't come out unless he was like a Comic-Con exclusive fig or something like that. Anyways, that's it for this little collection review, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. Remember, if you enjoy our content, you can always like or subscribe. We have a ton of other collection videos if you want to check those out. And right, so thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.